alcohol, musicians, food. What more does a delegate from the old world need to be happy with their lives? Today, I took on the role of a lovely Tavern Master in the attempt to make a glorious booze-filled haven for anyone that wished to partake in the slightly naughty things in life. This is 100 Days of Tavern Master. Upon entering this glorious quest to become a boozy but brilliant establishment, I first had to quickly learn the absolute basics that the game required. And like the pro gamer that I am, I blitzed through the starter tutorial in a quicker time than you can learn my name. It's Lons, by the way. So the glorious first day at the boozy respite begins, and I spent some time just familiarising myself with everything that was around. This consisted with adding in a third table and some basic benches. And with the basic setup, I watched as we served some simple stuff out to the customers and started to make a little gold. But to truly get something going, we needed to establish more of a base. Day 1 finished. Red means bad. Times move on and our bartender got an upgrade at least. On day 2, I started with optimizing and preparing to earn some dollar. I also realized that the place could be named. Behold, Boozy Respite. A glorious name for a glorious master. And just like that, the kitchen research had finished. The voice in my head proceeded to explain exactly how it works too. How convenient. With it came a cool 800 gold, so I put it to good use and built myself a basic kitchen area. I placed a counter, shelving, and a food storage crate. I quickly followed by queuing up some research for a wonderful beverage, lemonade. I'd almost forgot to actually staff my kitchen. Welcome, Isaac. Just like that, day 2 had ended, a surplus of cash this time and some other stats that I don't care about. A new day had dawned and I thought to check out what the menu had to offer. There was a variety of desserts and just some bread as a main for now. I watched closely as we sold our first bit of food and decided to ensure our wheat stock was as high as possible.
Jesse, we have to cook.
Lemonade researched. Time for extra customers. A little bit of spare cash means I can get a lovely little entrance rug. Now, what I love most about sim games is how I can just watch as I slowly get more wealth, you know? We as humans truly are just simple creatures that yearn for an easy life. What's that, barkeep? Oh yeah. Should probably get a kitchen floor and maybe a light too. Another research complete, and it's time for musicians. Day 3 completed and a slight negative. Investments take time, right? Day 4 was upon us and slowly but surely we were getting into the stride. Not a lot was happening other than day-to-day business. Then, around 4 PM, I had enough to invest in a lemonade barrel. A small step to a zesty future. Our next bit of research had finished, and this was the opportunity to set up a takeout counter for food. Then before I knew it, day 4 had finished, and yes, a poor performance once more. On day 5, I rearranged my tables, and turns out it really winds up the customers. Bad boy. My bartender had also leveled up, so I put the point into drink pouring. Day 5 flew by, and finally I saw a nice figure in the green. Day 6 was here and I spent a bit of time looking over the quests and unlocks related to it. It's apparent that there are some real opportunities here to get stuck into. A new table and chair seems like a good idea, and a little drink to stock up. It was 3 PM and so far we were moving slow. The negative wasn't so bad as we purchased some things though. The takeout research. Let's revisit. Today was the start of something wonderful. I can feel it. First, a takeout window, followed by a waitress upgrade to her speed. And out of nowhere, the day had finished already. It was now apparent that we were super short. New research queued then, and this bloody takeout counter. I found it, but wasn't quite ready to commit. I topped up ingredients and casually watched as the day wasted away once more with only a small impact to the profit margin. Soon, I will get business booming. Honestly, tell the truth, is it any good? Swift but green, day 7 ends. I am just now putting in this takeout counter, but damn, the thing won't snap how I want it to. That'll do for now. I'm a complete tool. The thing is placed the wrong way round and customers are starting to queue in my kitchen. I do fix this real soon, I promise. In anticipation, I played around and started moving the kitchen around. And out of nowhere, I finished the research for running events in my tavern. Times are changing. Alright, by now you know the drill. Another day, another report that looks a bit rubbish. Now I did spend a fair bit of time messing about replacing stuff though, so not all bad. Moving forward, it was day 9 and a new research was commissioned for a fireplace grill. I kept trying to rearrange this damn takeout counter over and over, but nothing was working. I ended up deleting the walls around it to reassess. I started to shuffle the kitchen around some more as I was getting some great ideas in my head. A new counter inside and tried to place it again. But man, this thing will not rotate, damn it! The day had finished, but instead of hating the profit margins, I decided to correctly use the end of the day as the time for me to actually rearrange and get the place in order. This was basically just shuffling some tables, but whatever. Day 10 and we're even starting our days in the negative gold. It does pick up by the end of the day, but with salaries paid daily, I need to ensure enough was available to meet the needs. Okay, have an upgrade. Also, turns out the chef foods upgrades too. It was only now that I was also realizing that it was possible to adjust the priorities on staff too. Complete game changer. With eventually a lovely bit of gold stuff flowing, it was time to think to more of an expansion. More walls and a lovely bit of kitchen floor. This was swiftly followed by a complete rejig of the place. And just like that, day 10 ends. Money well spent and still a profit to show for it. With a fresh, clear head, the reasoning became clear. I rearranged and prepared for the day ahead, and just like that, it was as if everything was correct in the tavern. There was a mini quest to install a fire extinguisher, so I got that done immediately. And as the gold trickled in, I upgraded and bought new ingredients. And there it was, the new floor tile unlocked, followed by some more walls. And here we are. Despite the ever-changing landscape we're building, I was only just negative for the day. A testament to how business is running. Day 12 starts with a cheeky chef level up and a legendary fruit bowl got better. Some more staff levels and a quick tidy up to remove the other door we placed. So as time goes by, it's important to cherish the little bits of peace that come with running a medieval tavern. As long as the money flows, I flow. Another day ends. Day 13 brought a fabulous apple pie upgrade and some quest completions, followed by a good resupply of ale and lemonade, and finally walling the kitchen off. After a decent day, it was the perfect time to increase value with some rugs. And with that, day 13 had ended. Yes, a surplus in spite of the spendings. Oi, barkeep, you alright? Let's purchase some more stuff. I had completed a quest and earned some gold for an expansion. This consisted of planning where the bar was going to go, as well as some new stone flooring. I patched the remaining area and had a considerable amount of space to play with. The bar was ready to be moved, and this was the perfect spot. A couple more wall pieces for every bit of gold we earn. Early on, business is hard. Cash money in the green. On day 15, I had realised what the research was that we completed. This basically means we can hold events at our tavern with a chance to make some extra delicious gold. I unlocked the musician's podium and got that ready. Then I hired myself a single musician to start the next day for a 50 gold a day. Then it was time to prep the barrels full of beverage. And once again, the days are just too quick. A rough one at that too. In the early hours of the morning, a thieving little shit made his way into the tavern and decided to take a barrel of our delicious H2O. Luckily, he did choose the one with just the water in the full. A bunch of gold was quickly consumed by the need to top up food and drink stocks, as well as lighting the place up a little. A decent little end to the day again with lots of purchases made. Deep into earning in day 17, I had some spare gold for some more tables. We managed to complete a new quest which actually unlocked some cool pictures for us to put up too, and I quickly realised that the picture was also free. Now the prestige was high enough, we were able to now schedule some lovely little events at the inn. Day 19 starts with some upgrades to our staff, and then a new upgraded bench and table. Now a good top up of lemonade. A new research of good old wine, and then some more upgrades. Another improved bench and some shuffle required. With a good chunk of gold saved, it was time for a new grill. Another day! Early hours of day 21, the thieves came back and stole my beer barrel. We managed enough money to get a beer barrel going once more. The time had come to finally get myself a guard to stop our goods being taken. Welcome, Randall, to the crew. Let's get another light and bench and then top up the booze reserves. And as the customers leave on the eve of day 21, I decided to sell off some of the rickety benches in preparation for some upgrades. Pleasure does come at a cost. A glorious day running what would be one of the best establishments ever. The next research is called Adventures. Let's do it and see what it's all about. After a quick top up of lemonade, it was the end of day 22 and a decent little profit. Starting day 23 off right, I soaked in a little music, and so begins a little more decoration. Then Brienne got a nice little level up, and we moved on to researching ale. Goodbye day 23 and a decent little day. So, before starting day 24, I took a little time to rearrange and upgrade a few tables and benches. And with a full tavern, it was time to consider how we could push business further. With each day, I was able to complete some quests and make extra gold that way as well. I topped up the wheat, lemonade and beer, leveled up my cream rolls and completed a quest. Then day's end and a fine little profit was made. As day 25 began, I'd forgot we scheduled an event. The party flurried in and we quickly gained some extra gold. And just like that, we claimed a new cheese recipe. Then customers dispersed and I got to work rearranging the tables for an expansion. It was only now that I realised we could buy better wax for our candles to reduce the fire risk.
Nice.
And day ends once again. At the crack of dawn on day 26, I decided it was time to upgrade 2 musicians on the podium. Ale research is completed, let's get better prices next. And really quickly we moved on to the kitchen decorations and leveled up our bread recipe. Day 26 ended in a surplus as well. And just as we entered day 27, a thief tried his luck again, but my bouncer scared him off easily. The new musicians had arrived and were playing some lovely tunes on day 27. Our kitchen decorations research completed, so I started on more guests. We had finally gotten around to getting the Adventurers Guild table and it was lovely. This gave us the opportunity to go out on mini little missions to gather new resources from far and wide. We finished a quest because of it. And day 27 ends. On day 28 we started by satisfying a party. And I looked over the adventurer table whilst now allowing me to send people out to collect resources. Then I topped up drinks and finished the 28th day, and then on to 29 by finishing a quest. Then I leveled the fruit bowl, completed another quest, bought a table, completed a quest, claimed a recipe, bought some benches and a couple of windows. Then research began on more waitresses, followed by a level up on Isaac. And then profit for the day. Can you believe it? On day 30, I started the day by getting a new party booked in, then leveled the cherry cake and filled the lemonade and beer. I swiftly moved on to a bit of decorating, then 2 new adventures were commissioned. I also completed another quest and bought a table. We had officially hit the 30 days. Profit will come. Day 31, we got the party started and did a new mission. Nothing else, a pretty simple day. At the start of day 32, burglar tries his luck, but the bouncer sees him off again. I crack on with finishing a quest and get my goodies from the missions. And booking in a new party. All of a sudden, I am alerted by a fire in the tavern. I quickly assemble some of the staff to go and get some water on that thing before disaster strikes. I was left with some charred tables, but nothing too serious. I ended the day by selling off the burnt items. And there we go. Another day in the books. Day 33 begins with adventurers bringing me my rewards. I then crack on and fill up a few of the different drinks. Buy some more food ingredients, level up a waitress, and claim a finished quest. Day 33 ends on a serious high and a juicy 641 profit in gold. Day 34 starts with yet another party that was slightly bigger. This netted us an extra 300 gold for the trouble. I then completed a mission, leveled 2 waitresses up, refilled some drinks and leveled up a cheese dish. With some spare cash in the pocket, I commissioned the start of an expansion on the back of the kitchen area. I laid the floors, shuffled the gear around, removed some old walls, moved around some lighting and placed the new walls. Then swiftly moved on to researching a chopping table. The day ended on a negative, but we paid for a new expansion. Day 35 began with hiring a brand new chef called Gale. Then I scheduled in a new wine tasting party in 2 days' time and started another research project. Finishing the day in the green, I couldn't complain. Cracking on in day 36, I decided it was time to consider another waitress to join the team and help us, as well as collect my cheese and strawberries I had earned from the adventures. I shuffled the kitchen a little, bought an ale barrel and topped it up, completed a quest, bought some rugs and removed some walls. I'd also decided to spend some gold on yet another small expansion for a new bar area. Day 36 finished with a plus sign. Good stuff. On the next day, or just before it reopens for business, I crack on with a full adjustment to the layout that consisted of moving all tables and chairs, as well as shuffling the adventures table over to be more efficient. We clicked to reopen for business again, and a bloody burglar decided to have another pop at robbing us. No luck this time. We started positive and satisfied the party. I also set up a new adventure for some cheese, and swiftly moved on to buying a chopping table, then completed the quest attached to it. Before the end of the day, I replaced some of the rubbish tables with slightly a better variant. Day 38 began with me just soaking in the scenes and new layout we had set up. It was quite peaceful and pretty damn satisfying seeing all of the gold add up as customers got served. I moved on to level my fish dish, buy 2 new plants, a new banner, and leveled up our chicken dish as well. I also chucked a shed load of gold into more expansion for where I wanted the bar to go. I laid the flooring and shuffled it back into position. Even with the expansion, I managed a solid plus 422 gold for the day. Day 39 began with arranging another party for tomorrow, then buying a window, leveling up as chef, and refilling some drinks. Nothing more but a nice profit. So the next day I started off by rearranging the tables and benches to really start to ramp up the amount of customers I was able to fit into the place. With each shuffle, a fair amount of space was created. I cracked on and started the day by setting up another wine tasting session to earn a bit more cash. After that I topped up the wine, brought a bunch of wheat, and leveled up the cheese board. One of our biggest profits to date. Before starting day 41, I sold some benches off and bought in a nice new little table. Look at that. Looks lovely. The day started with a bang and I completed a quest to net 350 gold. Then I purchased yet another lovely table and leveled up my bread and cream roll recipe. A swift day ended in the green. The next day started with a shuffle and a collection of strawberries. Then I set the adventures off to get me some more mushrooms. Next, I started researching milk, cider, and mead. I also looked at setting up the soup making area. Topped up some more scran and got more soup in. We now had 3 soups added to the menu. Day 42 finishes, but nothing special to show really. And then on day 43, it started with a whole lot of guests to satisfy, but not enough seats. I got a quest done, bought a bunch of benches and tables, topped up drinks, and unlocked an elite waitress. She had some insane stats. It was already day 44 and the gold was flowing in nicely. Sorry, forgot to show the end of day 43. I'd also finished the research for new drinks mentioned, so I got in a milk barrel and some milk. The day finished on a pretty hefty minus, but it's all good. Now, it was at this point I realised that I could adjust the drink prices, so I tinkered with them a little to not affect the guests per day number. I also got some more curtains and windows, and a couple of banners. I got a new steak level up, claimed another quest, and leveled the fish up. We ended our best day yet with a cool 708 gold. Oh look, another pesky burglar that failed. Cheers, bouncer. The morning of day 46 started with topping up ingredients and satisfying another wine and cheese party. I kept on top of stock, bought more furniture, earned some strawberries, and leveled a waitress. I also completed another quest and set up more adventures for some more berries. With some of the gold, I got more decorations and scheduled yet another money-making party. A very average day ends. I started the next day with some handiwork and purchased some more soup pots. It was also time to try and rearrange the kitchen to make it more efficient. Lastly, I had noticed that all of the walls were still an ugly concrete colour. I rectified this with some interesting brown wallpaper. Look guys, it's all I have so far. And there it is. What do you think? Quite nice and cozy actually. Anyway, moving on, I topped up the milk, ale and veggies. Just like that, another day is gone. Day 48 consisted of completing a quest, claiming strawberries, leveling soup, and claiming another quest that netted 400 gold extra. A juicy day with a plus 762 gold. On day 49, we served a party of 50 people with ease and bought a new cider barrel. I watched my barman like a hawk to see how he's getting on. Not bad, to be fair to him. I then moved on to another adventure and completed a quest to take us closer to the next reward. A straightforward day. The 50% mark, baby, and 2 quests done straight away. I got some green beans, leveled a waitress, and leveled the fruit bowl. I also got in another table and benches and topped up the liquids. A steady but rewarding day. The next day kicks off with yet another wine tasting party being scheduled, a level up for some of our soups and meals, quests completed, and adventures commissioned. To finish off the day, I commissioned another expansion of the premise and decorated it to match. I also rearranged some more furniture. Yet another average day for an average owner. Day 52 started with some furniture upgrades, some earned cheese, and a new forage starting with a successful party arrangement to net some extra cash. I moved on to also claim 450 gold for a quest target, topped up drinks, replaced the benches, completed quest, and placed a nice new picture. On day 53, I claimed the fruits of labour, scheduled in a party, hired a new waitress, and decorated some more. A lovely little earner today. I started day 54 off with setting up and clearing adventures for the days ahead. I was getting a little excited by the sheer amount of gold we had stored too. Ka-ching, baby. Day 55 started with a couple more tables being purchased and serving all 50 guests of a party that arrived. I also kept on top of stock to serve their every need. The day ended on a hefty minus though. Day 56 started off with fending off another burglar, then collecting all of my adventure goodies they brought back for me. And finally, some more decorations added. A spicy and profitable day. Nice. At the start of day 57, I checked in with a band, which was now 3 people. Then moved on to collect more berries and cheese, start new adventures, book in a party, level up a dish, buy a new table, and complete a quest. I finished off the afternoon by purchasing a load of lights and leveling yet another meal. Minus 574 gold. Day 58 started off well because I got my first ever fancy table in. The party was in and satisfied. A bunch of executioners. Lovely. A cracking profit for the day. The next day started with yet more adventures, and the new 3-man band was in and playing some delightful tunes. Moving on, I leveled up roasting fish dish, bought some lights, and rearranged some stuff. A completely average finish to the day. It was day 60 and we were once again sorting adventurers out to earn food. I topped up ingredients, leveled some dishes, and got in some more wall decorations and a new window. Maybe I need to chill on spending. Oh man, 2 burglars came this time and took out my guard. They helped themselves to a couple of kegs and disappeared into the night. Business It doesn't stop though. I set up the guard with some extra armor and gear. That should do it for now. We also had an important party in that earned a cool 1k gold. And with no time to lose, I put the gold to use with a new expansion. This was in anticipation of creating a hotel upstairs. I rearranged that area and got some more items in and around to make it look nice. I also shifted a few things over and purchased the set of stairs. Followed by setting up the first floor walls and laying down the new flooring. The day ended on a big deficit from all the spending, but day 62 starts with completing adventures and topping up drinks. And then prepping both the interior and the exterior walls to make the place a little more cozy and inviting. A quick one comes to an end. At the start of day 63, I segmented the upstairs from the ground floor and took mains off the menu for the day. A lovely profit. Day 64 had yet another party in, so I kept the drinks flowing. And here we are again, setting up adventures. I also scheduled in a new work anniversary party. This was our biggest one yet. I leveled up the cheese board, purchased some more seating, topped up our food reserves, started a new research, and topped up the milk. Goodbye, day 64. The next day starts with 2 burglars trying their luck again. Our tanky guard scared them off though, no problem. And nice, a new flooring tile unlocked. I put it to good use and covered the place in a lovely new laminate look. I really like how this makes the place look 10 times more cozy. Thumbs up for that for sure. I leveled up the creamy rolls and completed another quest. Most days seem to start with adventures now, to be honest. So I also booked in a new party and leveled up the leek soup. I finally purchased the upgraded grill. An absolute game changer. This also completed 2 more quests for the day. A green day, but not huge profit. The party was served for a huge 2k gold extra. I leveled the green pea stew, topped up the ingredients, and managed to complete a quest for a new picture. I placed this one right behind the bar. Back upstairs, I started fiddling around with trying to make a banister look nice. Then it was time for a new bit of research, so I got working on the hotel. In order to complete this research, we now required a researcher that could handle researching from books. I don't know. I got in a desk for him and hired Frederick. A decent little profit for the day. The next day started with a little work on the tables and upgrading another one. Then I shuffled the researcher and got him an actual bookshelf. And there he is, learning away for the sake of me and my business. Anywho, it was time for another new table and some more arrangement once again. This day ends in the red. Oh dear. Day 69, oi oi, starts off with a couple of cheeky burglars. Then we leveled the tomato soup, the bread, and completed a quest. 69 finishes pretty strong. On day 70, I squeezed in tables and chairs wherever I could because I had to seat 100 guests and we were just shy of being able to. And there we go, all served. I unlocked another quest and finished with a level up on strawberry cake. Nearly 1.4k profit. Check me out. The morning started really well and a new expansion got commissioned. It's nice to have a chunk of gold to spend again. The new space was home to a second small bar in the little corner. The new bar was home for just ale and beer kegs. I finished the day off with completing the quest. Ignore the minus. It was the start of day 72 and the place was absolutely booming. I was proud for what we had achieved so far. So much so that if you haven't already, please consider subbing to the channel. Moving forward, it was time once again to see how we could make use of the space even more to drive customers in. I bought in a nice new top tier table and rearranged the place. There was also a bit of gold spare to get in some nice long rugs under their feet too. And boom, ignore the red again. The next day starts with a successful payment from a party, new adventures planned, a new waitress hired, soup leveled and a new rug purchased. I have already decided to get a bigger second bar to accommodate more barrels. I sold off the old one as well. The new bar got a new beer, ale, cider and mead barrel. And ka-ching baby, a decent one. Day 74 began with me pondering over what to do with the first floor we had started. I got in a new window and had a little idea to get going. I started to lay the foundations of what would be some makeshift hotel rooms. They weren't pretty, but will hopefully serve the intended purpose for some extra cash. I also went ahead and laid the extra flooring out across the whole floor. Day ends, not much to say. The next day consisted of placing more walls upstairs and decorating the exterior walls to match. I completed a new quest and set up another adventure. And days gone. Day 76 began with another reshuffle of decor and purchasing of tables. It was really starting to take shape for us here. Making use of space where possible. It is paramount to make each and every penny I can. I completed another quest and served a new party. Now, I really wasn't happy with how upstairs had started, so I revisited. It consisted of a full reshape on the walls, and I decided that a corridor was required to go through the middle. I also got in a separate stuff to make it to singular rooms, which equals more cash, and a decent profit to end. The next day consisted of a waitress level up, topping up ingredients, and topping up the booze. Not much else. Then we moved on again. We had a cherry cake level up and a couple of quests completed. And then cracking on with some hotel room upgrades, which was some lighting and some double beds. And boom, a decent profit. Now, on day 79, we had yet another party in to look after, so I made sure the booze was topped up. I then moved to upgrade kitchen storage and bought our guards some new armor. Quest unlocked a new elite chef. Leveled the pea soup and started the research on hotel furniture. A chunky profit of 2606 gold today. Oh yes. Day 80 began with running adventurers as always. And then I got to work with a huge expansion of the hotel upstairs. Loads of new walls laid and more individual rooms planned. Each room got a double bed, a cabinet, a light, some wallpaper to match, and some decorations when money would allow. The fruit bowl got leveled up and the day finished once more. Day 81 consisted of dish level ups, quest completions, and ingredient top ups once more. The day finishes up very average, as believe it or not, the ingredients take so much money. The next day starts with adventures once more and then straight into some work fitting in more tables as we had to seat 100 people for the next party. Finally, I completed a few quests too. We made an insane profit of 4,624 gold. I put the gold straight to use though on some better seating. And then the burglars tried their luck but failed miserably. Level ups. Further work on the hotel with more kit. Another level up. And some spots to hire more waitresses. Just look at it. The hotel was in full swing with most rooms occupied for the night. I had realised our staircase looked a bit silly, so I removed the walls downstairs and opened it up a little, as well as rearranging some more. And there it was. Much better, I think, don't you? I squeezed in a lovely cosy table and levelled the fish steak. The day summaries didn't matter too much by now, let's be honest. Day 85 starts with a cool 2k made straight from the party. Alright, I was sitting on 3.5k gold to work on the expansion here. I began by getting the walls and windows sorted, decorated, reshuffled some bits, moved the counter into the kitchen, laid the flooring out, got in some lights and removed the old wall out. Look at this space now. I didn't stop there though and got in proper ceiling lights, shuffled some bits and got another large table placed. Some nice little seats, quests completed, and a cozy fireplace. A negative, but a lot of spend by me. The next day I got in a new bar, shuffled some bits, leveled up a chef, decorated more, and topped up all the drinks. Still made a decent profit again. Early hours of the morning, another burglar fended off. Then the day went as follows. Adventurers, level ups, quest completions, and purchasing a lovely new table. I also need another waitress and some more furniture. A solid little day. Day 88 was more of the same with shuffling, ingredients purchasing, quest completing, and more research of a second kitchen. Oh yes, nearly 5k profit. Day 89 was here and adventures began, then straight in some fancy round tables, a quest completion, leek soup level up, and another quest done. All that profit gone. Alright, day 90 was here and I was excited because I could finally arrange a party for the pirates. Then on to topping up ingredients, completing another quest, which unlocked some kind of stew recipe and an apple pie level up. And then on to some more changes to how the tavern is laid out, as well as purchasing more tables and seats. The day ends. Alright, you guessed it. More adventures. We had now got the pirate party in and seated, netting a cool 2.4k gold. They were eating up the smoked ham, which got a level up, and more adventures commissioned. I got in a second 4-man band podium and completed another quest. 5,500, baby. Day 92 started with boozy being purchased, soup pots being upgraded, new barman hired, stocked up the new bar, and completed a quest. And all the gold gone again. Day 93 started with more furniture bits being purchased, moving and upgrading, and more adventures again as well. I then moved on to topping up the drinks, setting up the new research for the extra grill. I also didn't like that all the lighting wasn't matching the candles, so I sold the old ones and got in some nice looking ones to match. Then it was time for more tables and yet more quests. We barely broke even, but it's fine. On the next day I started with quests again, served up a new party that was in eating pea stew. I popped upstairs to ponder on how I was going to upgrade the rooms and try and make a bit more money. I figured out to get some better stuff in. Then I took over the exact requirements to achieve at least 4 stars and then proceeded to complete a couple of the rooms. Then I hired a new waitress and got to work on another one of the rooms. A rough day with plenty of upgrades. Day 95 was full of fun stuff like adventures, leveling meals, unlocking the Mona Lisa picture and placing it, more adventures, and getting in some new benches. I then hired another waitress and the day comes to an end, and there was nothing exciting. Day 96 got off to a rich start. And for the remainder of the day, it was all about subtle seat upgrades. Another average day. I started the next day by only allowing main dishes on the menu, and we served a large pirate party for a chunky 2.4k again. This led to a smoked ham upgrade, a quest completion, and some ingredient top-ups. I kept a close eye on the place and enjoyed watching the day sail through. The research completed, so I scheduled the next one in for big hotel furniture. Lovely stuff, and the day ends with a juicy profit too. Day 98 was like this. Quest completion for a legendary bartender. Sack one of ours. Adjust the menus again. Top up booze. Level the steak and fish. Go up and mess with the hotel and upgrade them for better profit. Go downstairs, get chairs, book in another 2 parties, and finish the day. Day 99 starts off with some burglars failing once more. Then we got into the thick of it with adventures, topped up food reserves, leveled the cherry cake, more adventures, completed some quests, and earned some pocket money for the pleasure. A tasty day. Day 100. It started with a major reshuffle again, so I needed to squeeze more in. And on to watching as we served yet another pirate party to earn another nice bit of gold. Then I focused on some extra decorations around the place, followed by watching my money grow for the rest of the day. And there we have it. The journey has come to an end. I would like to thank you for your time watching this one, and if you want to see 200 days, make it known to me. Thank you as always for being here. Have a cracking rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.